Welcome to clip 3 of the Speech Sounds for Kids app tutorial. In this clip, you'll learn all about activities using combined sounds and why these are so important. Okay, it's the last one, so hang in there. At the sound train, and we're going to pretend that we have studied each of these sounds individually, and we've done the sound activities for each individual sound and also the word activities for each individual sounds. So by this stage, we're really hoping that Luke knows how to produce each, even the tricky sounds, but each sound at a word level. He may still be having to use cues, and he may still be really having to think about it carefully, but we really hope that he knows what every sound buddy represents and can produce them. We then go on to my combined sound activities, and that's down the bottom here, and this will combine all of these sounds in activities. These are sound activities, not word activities yet. Who said the sound? That's a good one. It's really about auditory discrimination of individual phonemes. So you're listening to a sound and you're having to say whose sound it is. You're familiar now with the timers down the bottom, so let's have a quick little look at those. I'm going to make the sounds occur every 3 seconds, and I'll press the ear to start. Keep up the good work. Keep trying. Keep up the good work. Well done. Well done. Let's move on. The next one is match the sounds. Now this one is one that kids really love. They can use within this game just the sounds in their sound train. They can use all the sounds that they've studied since using the app. So say this Luke has already studied furry fox sound and babbling Barry. They'll be recorded in his studied sounds. So if he pressed the middle button, it would combine all of these sounds. So great for building up kids for literacy. If we look at all sounds, all of them, all 22 consonant phonemes, they'd be included if we pressed this button. Now for Luke, who's using this, he's only studied 4 sounds, so it really wouldn't be any purpose choosing all sounds, but just for the purpose of demonstration, I've chosen all sounds today. Zippy Zack says. Zippy Zack says. J. No, he doesn't. Yucky Yak says. Nope. Yucky Yak says. Yeah. Okay. Good on you. So again, this is helping kids develop their sound awareness. Kara Kookaburra says. Z. Victor Vampire says. Tapping Tessa. Oh, I'm really bad at this. Jumping Giant says J. Idea, let's move on. Match the sound we've done. Now it's time to copy the sound. Now copying the sound, we could do this D 3 times, but that's more of a learning task. At this point, we're really trying to consolidate what we had learnt before. Okay, so within this combined sound activity, it's really better to mix them up. So we might practice once with this. D. Press the mic. D. D. Listen back. Judge correctness. And then I'm going to move on. G. G. I'm going to do that again just because it wasn't a great recording. G. G. Okay, so remember to wait till the microphone flashes to say the sound, and remember to wait for playback. So this type of practice is very beneficial because it's mixing all the sounds up, and you're not just practicing and getting into one motor pattern, just saying k, k, k. You've really got to think about how to copy that sound and then change it when the next sound comes. So this is really nice practice, and you get to fill up 3 stars for each sound as judged by the adult or therapist using the tick or the cross button. Just remember also that these, the number of correct and incorrect is automatically recorded within the My Statistics page. Let's go on. The last one for this combined sound activities is exactly the same as before, copy, except you don't have a sound to copy. It just says Dave Drummer says, and I've got to remember what he says. Of course I can use the picture cue and remember what that little sound buddy says, but it's requiring me to really think more about that sound. On I go, after I've finished all of that, of course. Let's go back to my sounds, because now I want to do the combined sound activities. Okay, now I go back to this sound train, just saying that I've finished all the combined sound activities, and now I'm going to do the combined word activities. So these include words beginning with each of these sounds in the sound train. If I go to combined word activities. Okay, who said that word? This is all about listening for the first sound in a word that's presented and identifying what sound it begins with. So it's called initial sound awareness, or initial phoneme awareness, or initial phoneme identification. This time I'm just going to press the ear, and every time I press the ear a word will pop up.
Tear.
Tear.
Fantastic. Garage.
Garage. Ah, that's good. Garage.
Good on you. Car.
Car. Ah, this one.
Well done.
See, I'm good at
Cake.
this. Cake.
Great listening. Tight.
Let's get one wrong. Tight, tight, tight. Yep. Oh.
Whoops.
Mm.
Gap. Keep up the good work. Keys. Well done.
So you can see how this is also really good for early literacy development. Let's go on. Match the words. Again, are a favourite activity for many children. Let's choose that many. All words from within the sound train.
I'll eat this.
I'll eat this.
Quack, quack, said the
Duck.
tap.
Quack, quack, said the tap.
Where are my keys?
Ooh.
Good on you.
Okay, so you keep going with that one. And look, they're random each time that you play the game again. So some kids will play this over and over. It's a good one for home practice. Copy all the words. Okay.
Dog.
Dog.
Dog. Dice.
Dice. Dice. Okay, so there are 15 words for each sound here. You don't have to do them all, but it's really good practice.
Cool.
Tool.
Tool.
That didn't sound quite right. Let's try that one again.
Cool.
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 Hey, that sounded good. I might record that one, and I might also have a note that hand sound required, or the hand sound helped. Okay, so that will go into my statistics page for this particular child. On and on you can go. There are so many.
Donut.
If you didn't want to
Game.
record them, you can just
Giggle.
say the words
King.
and scroll through like
Tar.
that. That's fine.
Golf.
But if you do choose to record, just remember you must wait for playback. The last activity is say all words exactly the same, but you're not getting a word to copy. 2. Now the reason that was cut off, I didn't wait for the microphone to flash.
It's number
2.
2.
Okay, and on you go.
Look at the
Durdle.
durdle.
Ooh, that didn't sound quite right. We might try that one again, and I might record that as well. And I might just write here using D for T. Okay. All right. If you forget what that's meant to be,
Look at the.
Look at the, you're thinking, what is that?
Turtle.
The answer can be found by pressing the answer button. All right, on we go. So that's the scope of the app. Now I can go back to my sound train. Back I go. By pressing the cog, I can then go back to my sounds selection. I can deselect the sounds I've been working on, and I can choose some
Furry
more.
fox.
Actually, let's choose all. Lovely
Lovely
Lara. And this particular child, Luke, is saying, even in his name, he calls himself Uke. So he's saying y
Yeah.
for
Yucky
all.
yak.
So I'm going to choose both of those. I also want to make it a little bit fun for him because he does find it very hard to say it all. I'll throw him Munching Mama
Munching
because I
mama.
know he's really good at that. Okay, I'm going to change my sounds being used in my session. So it will ask me, by changing your selection, you will start a new session. Are you sure? I'll say, okay, and have a look what happens to my sound train. There we go. So I would study Lovely Lara,
Lovely Lara.
inside out and back to front. Then I'd study Munching Mama.
Munching mama.
I could perhaps whiz through those activities because this child doesn't really have any dramas with that.
Yeah. Yucky yak.
And I'd really explore Yucky Yak because the child needs to think about how it's different to Lovely Lara. Okay, how the sound is different, how the articulation is different. So that's pretty important too. All right, so let's just have a look at Lovely Lara. Let's do a little bit of sound practice just to do with Lovely Lara. We might learn the sound. And I might... Oh, there's a child saying, oh.
Lovely Lara is a singer. She presses her tongue up and makes a loud sound. Lovely Lara says, ooh.
Okay, so that's a really nice visual. It shows exactly where the tongue is. Here's a hand sound. Okay, I can listen to that sound. Button is the statistics button. Now, within this, I can see there was a session on the 16th of Feb and the time, and here I can look at each sound. So I did lots of Gulping Gary work, didn't I? Under Gulping Gary, just for demonstration today. Oh, and the copy the sound, I got 3 correct and 2 incorrect. I spent 143 seconds on it. Let's hear. Okay. G. Oh, there's me saying G. Ooh, and there's me trying to say G. And I've made a note here, using hand sound helped. So that's been recorded here. I've got some other notes that I've made. Look, I've done a lot of work. So it's really great for home practice because it's a nice record and it can show where the kids have been doing daily practice at home. Have a look here as well. We did a bit of practice and there's what I did there. Okay, the beauty of this is I can email straight to my therapist. What would you like to email at us? This session only or all sessions? I'd like to email all sessions. And look what happens here are all my results. Okay, you can show all the lovely work I've been doing. It's automatically got my therapist's email and it says the child's name and the date and it's got all the sessions, the times. So that is, and I can just press send here and off it goes to my therapist. Okay, so it's a fun app. If you really get stuck, you can read the manual, which is over 20 pages long, by clicking by tapping on information.
And then press go.
Your app manual will load and you can do lots of reading, and that's also got just some links to research upon the research that this app is based. It's also got some ideas for transfer. So, you know, therapy is not just about sitting here with your app and practicing, it's about ideas to transfer the learning from using the app to everyday situations. It's got ideas for using this app for sound development, for clear speech, but also for literacy development. There's also some external links to some websites and some books which might give you some further assistance. Speech Sounds for Kids is available in the iTunes App Store. Thanks for listening.